guys, it's Kate and I hope you're having a wonderful day. I am going to try something brand new today on my channel, and that is I'm going to work with very fluid watercolor and ink. So I have actually like a lunch tray here, and then on top of that I've got a silicone craft mat, and then I've got a 6x9 sheet of my B watercolor paper. So behind me here, I've got a lot of my acrylic inks. I've also got some of these Dylusions ink sprays. I've got some dipping ink, and I've got a couple of bottles of Artist Loft watercolor ink that I have never tried before. So I'm going to try these today too. So first what I'm going to do is spray my paper down very well. I mean, we're talking like soaking wet. And I'm going to do both sides and just let it kind of soak into the paper so that I have plenty of time to work. Now, something else you might also want is a pipette. You might want to get a stylus. I also have a bamboo dip pen, and I think that's about it, along with a baby wipe. So I'm going to start with this liquid watercolor. And this is the first time I'm using this, so I don't really know what to expect, but I thought it would be really fun to play with. And I love how that spreads out. So I'm going to spray on even a little bit more water here and really get it soaked in. I can also pick up my tray and let it spread around my paper, just like this. Now, why not go with some of this cyan? So I'm going to dip into this one also and get myself a little dropper full. Oh, look at that. Look at that spread out. That is gorgeous. Now it's not spreading so much up there. I'm going to hit it with some water. I love that. Okay, next I'm going to just go into some of this black. This is just some dip pen ink that I had gotten with a calligraphy set, and it's hang on, I got to get this seal out. I feel like it's going to splash or something. Okay, I'm going to grab my dip pen and just see if this does anything. And it does. I'm going to follow along with some of this blue and just have fun with the fluid. And maybe I can drop a decent sized blob up here and draw into this a little bit. Yeah. All right. I'm going to set this aside and do some more tilting to let that gravity work. I don't want to over mix it, but I want to make sure it spreads. So I've got my little air blower tool. I'm going to work on this area right here and just get it coated with some color. Same thing here. And I think that looks beautiful. So another thing I have is this light blue. It's this pearlescent ink. And I think I might try and see what this looks like. Oh, that's gorgeous. I'm going to follow along the outside of this also. Maybe add in just a few little dots there. This is really cool. I love this. Okay, how about some more black ink? And I'll just put it in the center of this pearlescent and just see what happens. We're just going to experiment here. I love these inks. And I'll add some more deep color right in here. Why not? What do you guys think? And maybe some more up here. And I'll kind of come at it from the side and spread it around a bit. And maybe bring it down into my painting a bit. Get some more of that ink. Oh, I love this, truly. All right. I also have some of this white ink. Now, I don't think the white ink travels as much as the other colors. I think it pretty much stays put. But let's see what happens when we drop some in here. And I'm just going to put in a few little dots along this curve. And maybe here. And it's kind of like some fluid art, yeah? All right, let's see if we spread this a little more. And let me see, I can also grab a paper towel and just get a little bit here off the edge, just some of that excess water. And maybe I can even tilt my tray down into my paper towel a bit and let that kind of come off. And right here too. All right. Let's see. I like that. All right, I think I want to add a little bit more pink to this side. I don't know why, but all of a sudden this looks like teeth. And I don't want it to look like teeth. So I'm going to break this up a bit. And it'll also let me see what it looks like in the white. And you can really get some deep color here. I love this watercolor ink. Who knew? It spreads really nicely. And I think this white looks amazing. Let me add just a little bit more white to this. And spread it a little more. It almost looks like ocean waves or something. I'm going to hold this up so you can kind of see the spread of that. It looks just really gorgeous. And then I think what I might do is add just a little bit more of this metallic blue. Just like that. And I know this will keep on moving and pulling in different directions as it dries because it is so wet. It's pooling in some areas. But I am going to let this whole thing dry and we will see what we end up with. I'm really excited to see the result of this. I love the colors. Oh, they're just gorgeous. I really do. So we'll be back for the surprise once it's all dry. I'll see you soon. All right, I am back and this is completely dry. This is actually much later. It took quite a while to dry, and you can see where we had some bleed through on the back. But I think it turned out really beautiful, and you can see that pearlescent ink that I put down, that light blue, and then we also had that watercolor that we put down, and I think it really turned out cool. So what I did was I grabbed a stencil and some of my Ranger Distress Archival ink, and I grabbed Mermaid Lagoon because this color kind of matches that original cyan color that I put down with the liquid watercolor, and I thought it might look pretty neat to do a bit of a stencil on top. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and I am going to just pick something kind of interesting, maybe this, and I'll have this kind of be the focal point, and I'll have some of this coming off the side. So I'm going to grab my little blending tool and dip into this ink and start spreading it so we can get this over that light area. And so that will bring some of that blue back in, and then it will also give us some nice contrast over that light color that we have down. So we'll see how this looks, and then we'll go from there. But I was just really happy with how this came out. It just looks really cool. So let me put this on here, and then I'll give it a little lift and take a look. Oh yeah, that looks great to me. Okay, I'm going to do some more over here. Let's see what we got. Oh, I think that looks beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to come in from the other side a little bit. So let's see, this matches here. So I'm going to put that down, and then I'm going to come up through this side. Oh yeah, look at that. I love this. Okay, now I've got this other stencil here, and I don't know, maybe I could put a little bit of gray or something on here. Okay, I've got this hickory smoke and my blending tool for this one. Let's just put a little bit more texture on here. And this kind of shows up a bit lighter, so it won't take over the whole thing, but we'll just give like a little hint of a pattern. And I'll just kind of put this in a few little random areas too. Not too much, but just to give a little extra detail. I like that. Okay. Now what I think I might do now is grab my chalk marker and put some white in here so we get some good highlights back. And I think what I might do is just kind of work with my little stencil pattern here. And I'm just going to put dots in a few of these spots to kind of highlight our little pattern, just like that. And I'm going around some of these edges. Okay, I've got some white dots on here. I'm going to add just a little bit of black with my fine liner, and I'm just going to put some on the outside border of this circle, just to bring it into focus a little bit more. All right, I think I want to go a little bit thicker with the black dots, and I also added some Posca pen to make the whites a little bit brighter, but I want to get the black a little bit more noticeable. So I am just going to dot where I had my fine liner before to make this outline. All right, I think we can call this good. We've got some contrast and an interesting design. We've got that really cool glittery pearlescent or acrylic ink. We've got so much beautiful blending going on here. I love this corner, and even those little light marks where I had marked with my bamboo pen, they look really cool. So I really like how this turned out. It was a lot of fun to experiment with the inks like this, and I hope you enjoyed this watching it, or hopefully you'll try yourself with whatever supplies you have on hand. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until next time, keep creating. Bye.